So when going through hell, you just gotta keep going. This last week has been very, very challenging in regards to our business here at Evolve. And this is a story where I dive a little deep into it, sharing kind of the idea of having grit and motivation to just get through the hard times because life is just one mountain after another, and you just got to keep going. And especially if you're in your fitness journey or your wellness journey and you're having a hard week, hopefully I can relate to you in this story and that you can get a little bit of motivation and understanding that we're in this together. My name is CJ. This is Evolve Strong with CJ. I help you lose 10 pounds and 5 inches in 28 days. And in this podcast, this is called Evolve Strong with CJ. And what I really try to do is relate to you and be very human and share my experiences and how I try to overcome them on a daily basis. And with that said, it'll help motivate you and keep you moving forward on your journey, on this journey that we call life, that we share together. So we've been at this current location for about 1 year, and this was an emergency move for those of you who have been following me for a little while. And I've been in this business now almost 3 decades, and Evolve has been around since basically 2008. So, we have survived the unsurvivable, and it's another just bump in the road that we have to overcome. But at this current location, we've had to do a lot of different upgrades, and the latest upgrade that we've had to do is an electrical panel on the outside. And when the electricians came and did the upgrades, it was supposed to just be a 4-hour disconnect, reconnect. And what happened it was the owner's responsibility to get that done, which I am so grateful for, and I'm thankful for that they did this. But his electrician never talked to our architects and engineers. And internally, we're still doing improvements to our facility we're increasing, just different stuff. So when they did the electrical panel outside, and they came to do the final inspection, we were red tagged because the internal systems do not meet the demands of what the external system was going to do, because they're combining the meters and we had 3 meters outside. They're combining 2 of them because it was just corroded and old. I mean, this is an old building, and the panel upgrades on the outside did not meet our panels inside did not meet the criteria for the increased power and stuff from the outside. And so they red tagged us, and this was on Tuesday. And so on Wednesday morning, I got my architects and engineers and all the powers that be, and one of my clients who's a major developer in town. And we all went down to the county, and we met with some of the coolest people down there. The bureau chief, Don, was amazing. These guys are awesome. They're doing their job. They want to protect us and want to make sure everything's good. So we just had to get all the calculation loads and all that good stuff. And by the end, she was like, totally cool. Now I understand what's up. We're good. The electric bureau chief, all that good stuff. We got approvals. And so what they did is they resent the inspector that afternoon. They just came out that afternoon on Wednesday. So she green tagged us. We were ready to go. But the problem was we couldn't get now that we've combined units A and B, and then we have C that's still operational. So we have partial power here now. A and B did not meet what our public service company had. So now she had to go back and get the electrician to redo the permit and reapply it to P&M. And now we have to do a dual account now at P&M. So the paperwork behind the scenes didn't work. The facility was great, but behind the scenes now at P&M, we have to combine the billing to just one for A and B rather than A, B, C. So in order for it to be all correct, she had to go back and get some paperwork done. But the problem was she was going to come back on Thursday morning, first thing, and green tag us and actually get the P&M meter guy to come and hook the meter. Everything was going to be great, right? So what happened? But then yesterday, one of the biggest snowstorms in early November that I ever remember hit in the evening, and there was power outages throughout the entire city yesterday. And then because of the snow and the issues that we were facing, the county closed yesterday. So we have, about a foot of snow in Albuquerque. County's closed. We have basically half power here at the only a two-thirds, a third power at the club, and the two-thirds power are our heaters. So what's turned out to be a 4-hour disconnect reconnect is now turned into a 3-day debacle in the coldest weather ever. And I chose not to close down, and we're still without as I do this, I'm plugged into an extension cord to part of our building that at least I have a space heater and my computer to keep going here. And Cedric downstairs right now is doing his class. We have not skipped a beat. We have not stopped one class. I've actually been here every morning at about 4:30 in the morning. I've been waking up now at 3:30. And yesterday I was in my tennis shoes. I should have used my boots, but I just completely spaced it. I was in my tennis shoes, shoveling snow out in our parking lot, putting salt down so that the clients that did show up at 5, which they've been showing up. We haven't skipped a class. We haven't skipped anything. Would be safe, getting into the facility. And then, Philip, who has been my archangel this entire endeavor. He brought a big old heater blower that's for warehouses with a huge ass propane tank. I went and filled it up yesterday because we had ran out. And it's warm in our facility. We're hitting 65 degrees in the velocity, which is fantastic, right? And we just have construction up lights throughout. And we just keep moving forward. And a lot of individuals would have probably buckled, probably would have closed down, probably would have, hell no. We just gotta keep moving forward. So my fingers crossed today, guys, and I hope send out the good mojos in this world that inspector shows back up again today with the physical green tag with the P&M meter guys. And now today, hopefully all the power outages are back up and running throughout the city. And so now we actually have P&M crews available to come and put the meter on the new, brand new, really cool established meter now that we have on our deal. But man, I'll tell you, you got to just maintain a positive attitude, and you just got to have one of those gritty natures just to say, no matter what obstacle comes your way, you just got to work through it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sitting here on more of a positive note because we were able to do that. But when it first happened, I wanted to throw my hands up. I wanted to just say, fuck it. And just, I was at that point. But then when I saw our members and when I saw Philip, when I saw everybody just kind of show up and just say, all right, let's get through this. Let's go. I remember back in 2012, it was 2012, when I had to close down our first location off of San Pedro. We worked out in parks. We worked out in parking garages for 6 months until we got our Candelaria branch open. And again, I remember back then, a good, 30, 40 individuals that just kept going, and there's a lot of them are still here with me. And it's just the power of grit, the power of never giving up, no matter what obstacle comes in your way in your life. Now, my workouts have been suffering a little bit because I've been so focused on making sure the facility is at least, operational. And I just, keep moving forward with everything else that we have to do. But and my diet's been a little shitty. I've been doing a lot of sugar cravings lately because, as you know, my coping mechanisms, I go for sweet. I love candy. I love fritters. I love all that stuff. So over the last couple of days, I have allowed my health to waver in order for me to handle the issues here at the club in regards to the structural, the studio itself. So I'm not perfect whatsoever. But what I have not done is given up. And yes, I did have a moment where I just wanted to say, fuck it, and just, give up and just move forward. I'm human. That's human. But I allowed that emotion just to stay true. And then I got myself up. I put my big boy britches on, and I just pummeled through and pushed through. That's the idea, and that's the lesson today. No matter what's going on in your life, however difficult it may be, you gotta just push through. I love that saying by Winston Churchill, when going through hell, just keep going. And that's one of my favorite sayings. And lately, this last couple of days, I've exemplified that. And yeah, oh my gosh, there's a lot of individuals out there that are, saying, well, you should do this, you should do that. No, 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 no. We're not closing down. We're moving forward. And yeah, it may not be the, what the most uncomfortable, but you know what? Actually, it is. It's pretty cool. It's actually a pretty cool experience. And there are gonna be times when I look back at this and I'm gonna say, look, we did it again. We did it again. We survived. We did it again. We evolved and we moved forward. So, whatever life challenges that you're facing today, I hope that you understand that you're not alone and that we're in this thing called life together. And that if my mind was not clear, if my body was not healthy, if my vessel was not at peak performance, I would not have been able to handle all of the stresses that are being handed down right now. It is what it is. Just is what it is. Yeah, I probably could have communicated a little bit better. We probably could have figured this other stuff out. But until you're in the midst of owning your own business, until you're in the midst of whatever challenges that you're under, only then will you truly understand, the gauntlet of this thing called life. And new levels, new devils. New levels, new devils. We're improving our facility. We're increasing the ampage of the facility. We're doing a lot of cool things here, man. And each obstacle presents its own challenges. You just got to push through. And this, what could have been almost weeks, should only be a couple days, which is okay. Which is all right. Okay. So, and again, there's no destination. And once you get over this hump, I know there's going to be another big ass hump. And I know there's going to be another. And I know there's going to be another. But you know what? Now I will have had that experience and I will have had the knowledge to just be able to keep pushing through. Right? Hey, more than likely it's darkest before dawn, right? Darkest before dawn. So, in regards to your fitness, just keep moving, just keep swimming, just keep going. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. Right? Hey, 505-591-4700, 505-591-4700. Please reach out. I'd love, love, love to help you guys out if you need it. All right? My heart cheers. Remember, start strong, stay strong, always be evolve strong. Later.